Hello Rangga, my name is Mihkael and today I want to retell the story about audio 1, 2, and 3. Hi Rangga, now I want to retell the story and for the first I want to retell the story in audio 1. Complete the script. Which culture do you belong to? I was born and raised in America where my culture was shaped. Is that a multicultural society? Yes, it is. My culture is a diverse mix of customs and traditions of various races and ethnicities. How long has your country been practicing those customs? Well, it has a long history around 10,000 years ago. What custom do you like the most? I like practicing dining etiquette. That's what makes me American whenever I travel to other countries. What are traditional customs of men and women in your country? Cowboy hats and boots are American styles. But nowadays, jeans and t-shirt are more preferable. Are you comfortable with tradition and custom of your culture? Of course, I was born with it. How do people greet each other? Well, it depends on the situation. In an informal communication, people just say hi. Have you ever felt drawn to another land? Yes, I'm interested in Indian culture. I wish I can get there someday to attend a typical Indian wedding. And next, I want to retell audio in part 2. Retell the story. Alberto arrives with a new neighbors. He knows that his life will become more difficult. They got out of the big and noisy car. They were two people who were as big and noisy as their car and also smelly and stupid. And then Alberto told Mimi about their new neighbors. Mimi is a friend who lives with Alberto. According to Mimi, they could ignore the new neighbors. For several days, Alberto and Mimi tried to ignore their new neighbors. When the neighbors went out for a walk, Alberto and Mimi didn't greet them. While the neighbors were in his garden, Alberto and Mimi went inside. It is fine for a few days, but perhaps inevitably, things don't stay this way. One day, Alberto woke up from his sleep. He saw one of the neighbor in his garden. Then he told Mimi, and finally they called the chief to evict the neighbor. But the neighbor said nothing but looked at the chief of staff, Alberto and Mimi, with a dirty look. After that, Alberto and Mimi left felt better. After that, Alberto and Mimi felt better, but not enough. After the next few days, Alberto and Mimi went to the neighbor's garden at night. When the neighbors were inside, they broke all the flowers that were in the neighbor's garden. The next day, a neighbor came to talk to Alberto because he had ruined all the flowers in their garden. But Alberto ignored him and gave his neighbor a dirty look. Neighbors feel in trouble because they are afraid that the owners will think that they are destroying all the flowers. Then Alberto knew that the neighbors were only staff, not owners. Alberto tells Mimi that the neighbors are staff who have owners. Mimi didn't think it was a surprise because it explained everything. That's why they were so noisy and smelly and stupid. They want to make their owners into staff. The next day, Alberto and Mimi are very friendly with their new neighbors. They explain to the neighbors how to make the owner a staff. First, understand that the house is their home, not the owner's. Second, they should always be clean and make sure the owners give them food whenever they want. Third, sit on the newspaper when the owner reads it. Four, Sleep as much as possible in the owner's bed, and the last is try not to bark, but instead meow. But it wasn't good. The neighbors didn't understand, and after a week, they gave up. According to Mimi, they will never understand that dogs have owners, cats have stuff. And for the last, I want to retell the story in audio 3. Answer the question and retell the text. First, what did the boy like best about the zoo? The porcupines. Second, what did the elephant do at the zoo? He was eating. Third, what can we infer about the bird show? In the bird show, there are two birds, one of which performs a show by flying, but the other is really naughty for doing things that shouldn't be done. Fourth, where did the boy see the butterflies? Inside a small building made of glass. The last, fifth, retell the text with your own word and describe the detail about the zoo. Dad tells Mikey to sleep, but he still wants to talk about the zoo with his dad. Mikey's favorite thing about the zoo is the porcupines. Then he remembered the two giraffes who were taller than his father and he saw the elephant eating. Then the mother said something happened to the elephant, that he had thrown dirt at them with his trunk. And then Mikey feeds the white duck. Mikey is watching the bird show. At the bird show, there are two birds. One is doing the show by flying, but the other is very naughty for doing something that shouldn't be done. After watching the bird show, Mikey saw a butterfly that was inside a small building made of glass so that the butterfly couldn't fly out. After Mikey told his father about the zoo, Mikey went straight to sleep. Hi Rangga, I'm back. So this is the last my presentation. Sorry if I'm lacking for my presentation. I hope you like it for my video and thank you so much. Bye bye.